It's Halloween, so is there any chance that the Yankees are scary good next season?
You are Locked On Yankees, your daily New York Yankees podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Yankees, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias, and with me, as always, is my producer, Steve Granado. Steve.
Hello, Stacey.
Hello, Steve.
I'm revealing my Halloween costume to Stacey. I'm wondering if you know what I am.
I'm trying to figure this out because
So I got glasses on, I'm in
Mhm.
shirt and tie, and I'm also have two Band-Aids on my face. This is a Yankees costume.
Oh, it is a Yankees costume.
Here, let me play it up for you a little bit here.
Okay.
The 3-2 pitch.
Oh my God.
Fouled off back here. Oh, that really hit me.
Very nice.
John Sterling.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Well done.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Yes, welcome to the show. Happy Halloween to everybody. Felt like we should dress up. Stace, you're going on as a Peloton instructor. Not super Yankees, but I like it still. It's still good.
I know, because I don't have great Yankee stuff. My brother has the better stuff, and I don't want to steal his things. But I have plenty of Peloton gear, and I figured, why not? I have that
Very
expensive bike in the house. I might as well pretend to be a Peloton instructor.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a fun day, just like we're trying to do here today. Of course, we're going to talk about, can the Yankees be scary good this season? Can they? Of course, we're also going to talk about the World Series a little bit later. And we're also going to be talking about Halloween superlatives. Kind of going a little back into the old yearbook today to see how that's going to play out for the Yankees. We'll do that a little bit later. Stacey, this is obviously a jokey episode, but we're also kind of getting a hair tinge of seriousness in what the Yankees would need to do in order to be scary good next year, right? So
Right.
What in your mind would it take for Cashman in the front office this offseason to make sure the Yankees are scary next year?
They have to do what they did in the 08, 09 offseason and just say, screw it. We're going to pay a ton of money to make a World Series contender.
Pretty much, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what it feels like. That would be the necessary steps, is to get to the point where the team is acting like the team you want them to act again.
Mhm.
Because this team, as it's currently assembled heading into 2024, really needs a lot of things to go right in order for it to be successful. And I think that's, like, for lack of a better word, the scariest part of it is you're banking on so many things going correctly when you know that's just not how sports works, right? You know that the team is going to go through problems. There are going to be players who go through slumps. There are going to be players who get hurt. There are going to be games that get away from you. And it's getting yourself into a position that is like in your best interest, where, okay, even if these things happen, we have a plan to help us fix those issues. And it doesn't seem like the Yankees really have that, unfortunately, at
No.
this stage.
No, they definitely didn't have it in 2023, and we saw what happened there. So,
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. So I kind of laid a mini blueprint out of where they would have to go this offseason, which we're going to learn pretty soon. Like we are nearing the end of this World Series. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stacey, I think the Yankees have to get a starting pitcher this offseason.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you anticipate Carlos Rodon bouncing back, which, hey, he totally, and I would assume will, but it still seems like with the loss of a couple of arms, even when throwing Michael King into the mix, it feels like you still have to add an arm this offseason.
At least one. I mean, if you want to be really scary, you can add two. Again, like repeating 08, 09. I know that AJ Burnett wasn't, I mean, he was fine, but CC was the big get. But to get both of them at the same time, Yankee fans were like, what? And then Mark Teixeira, and then the Nick Swisher trade. And it was just like, whoa, if they could do something like that, and definitely address their needs, because it's not just the pitching, it's the other issue that always rears its ugly head, and that is left-handed bat, and a
Yeah.
good one. Sean Casey said it on his show, I believe. Someone pointed out to me today that he's like, yeah, the Yankees need a big bat, and they shouldn't really shy away from getting Soto in some sort of way, which I
Yeah.
thought was
I mean,
interesting.
of course, this is rumor
Hmm.
territory, as we have done our best to avoid. There was a report, oh, they did talk to him. Oh, they didn't talk to him. It's like, just
Oh
chill on
yeah,
that for a
no, every
second,
team, every team is going to be linked to Juan Soto. I
Yeah.
saw one of my friends on Twitter actually joked, he's a Phillies fan. He's like, I'm going to start the Phillies Soto rumor now, so everyone can start
Just
talking
yeah,
about
just
that.
I'll start the rumor. I heard on this inside sources.
Yeah.
I mentioned a bounce back season from Rodon. You
Mm.
feel like this team also would need a bounce back season from Anthony Rizzo and some bounce back and some actual production out of your catching side of things too.
Oh yeah. Rizzo definitely. We just have to watch him in the beginning, see how he's doing. Rodon is really big because that's a big contract for a pitcher, a long contract. And a lot of people bring up guys like Carl Pavano and Jarrett Wright and other people from 20 years ago, but those guys didn't sign contracts as long as Rodon. And it's just really scary to think that he could have two bad seasons. So I think he might be I think he might be the most important one out of everyone.
Honestly, feels that way.
Even more important than Stanton at this point. I know everyone is on Stanton's back, but I feel like you really need your rotation to be shored up there, with Rodon being your 2. So,
Yeah. Well, that's what he's there to do. That's what
mhm.
he's supposed to be doing, right? And he very clearly did not do that this past season. And he knows. We've talked about on multiple occasions how responsible he has felt and how much like he's taken that on himself. Like, yeah, no, I screwed up. I did this. I didn't pitch well. I didn't do that. So it's not like he's shy of those things, which is always a great place to start. You can only correct an issue if you know that you have an issue. So
Mhm.
that's a good start. A good start. Stacey, but to be like very scary, like to be the big bad Yankees, I've laid out a very unrealistic blueprint that you'll find on any subreddit or any Twitter account. But this would make the Yankees easily the scariest team in baseball. And it's not even close. Not all of these are super advised, might I add.
Right.
Because there are things that I've said on the show that they shouldn't do that I'm also bringing up here.
Mhm.
And the first of those things, Stacey, I've laid out is trading for Juan Soto, which we have done an entire episode dedicated towards. Go check that out if you haven't. Signing Cody Bellinger, which we have been very cautious of getting into.
Mhm.
Signing Shohei Ohtani. Signing Blake Snell. And signing Yamamoto. That would make this team an utter powerhouse. I don't care how Anthony Volpe's hitting. I don't care how DJ's hitting. That would make this team a powerhouse. Just saying. That would be super scary. And then
Oh,
like trading for Trout or something.
yeah. Just to put them over the top and make everyone but that would make them the evil empire again, because they
Yeah.
haven't been the evil empire in a while. The whole buying championships thing, because that hasn't happened in a long time. The last time they bought one, because let's be real, they did, was '09.
Yeah. They sure did. And maybe they have enough cash in the bank to invent a time machine, go back in time, and sign Bryce Harper.
Oh
That
god.
would make the outfield a little bit of a logjam, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
yeah.
There'd be some guys cut.
Mhm.
I don't think Oswald's making that team.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah,
I
there
don't
are
think
some
I don't
people.
think Cabrera's making that team.
Yeah, I think, there are some guys we may not have ever seen if Bryce
Yeah.
Harper was a Yankee. Like, may have seen them traded before they even got up to the majors. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an interesting world to think about. But, God, Soto, Bellinger, Ohtani, Snell, Yamamoto. I mean, that adding Snell and Yamamoto to Cole, Rodon, Nestor, if Nestor can bounce back a little bit, and then
You wouldn't even need that. You wouldn't even need Nestor.
that's true. Nestor could be your 5.
Clark
Oh, that's
Schmidt
scary.
back to the pen. Michael King, you're not sniffing a starting role at all if any
Yeah,
of that
sorry,
happened.
Michael King, but
Yeah. That would be an insane team.
yeah.
Again, super unrealistic. If
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yankees can get like one of those,
Yeah.
you're in business.
Mhm.
Like in a realistic world, not in this world where I'm John Sterling. Uh,
Do you
but
feel like 2 of those are possible?
we're talking Soto, Bellinger, Ohtani, Snell, and Yamamoto.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be super shocked if Bellinger and Yamamoto.
Those were the 2 I was thinking.
But
Yeah.
also signs might indicate that Bellinger is interested in returning to Chicago,
Right.
which they're going to have the upper hand. There's no way you can slice it any different.
Yeah.
He enjoyed his time there. They played well until September. Maybe he likes Chicago. Not going to get in his head, but it does seem like they would have an upper hand in that sense. But
Yeah.
let us know your super scary rubric in the comment section here on YouTube.
Hmm.
And we want to hear what you have to think. Like, what else would put the Yankees in the, oh my gosh, this is the greatest team since Murderers Row? That's what I want to know in the comment section here today. All right. You can drop your questions for Fan Mail Friday while you're down there as well. You can join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club to get primary access, of course, to the Fan Mail Friday stuff by getting priority. Check that out in the episode description. There's a 14-day free trial as well. All right. It's still Halloween. We're still having fun. We're going to talk about superlatives. Which Yankee is going to give out the best candy this year? We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now is the perfect time to join if you're new, because new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 right away if your team wins. If you're thinking about joining FanDuel but have been hesitant for whatever reason, this is your sign. This is the absolute best time to jump on board. The app is super easy to use, and of course, FanDuel gives you all the tools to score big, like spreads, player props, over-unders, and a ton more. This weekend, the Giants are out in Vegas taking on the Raiders, while the Jets are on Monday Night Football taking on the Chargers. So now's the perfect time to get started. Go visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Back here on Locked On Yankees. Hey, everydayers out there. We know you're still watching. We know you're still listening. Of course, we still have World Series coverage here on Locked On Yankees as well. We'll be talking about that throughout the week, just like we will a little bit later on in the show, talking Game 3. Stacey, we wanted to have more fun here today on this Halloween spooktacular, if you will. Wanted to talk Halloween superlatives, going back into the old yearbook. Most likely to succeed, most likely to become an athlete. But we wanted to do some Halloween superlatives for the Yankees, Stace. I wanted to start here with costume stuff. Look, we did our costumes today. This is my third Halloween costume.
Yeah. Yeah. You've
Yeah.
had a busy, well, you love Halloween. So,
I do.
yeah.
Big Halloween guy. Big Halloween guy. But we wanted to start with some costume stuff. Stacey, who do you think would be like the laziest costume guy? Like, I'm talking the dude that's showing up with a t-shirt that says, "This is my Halloween costume." This is a dude who bought a box of Life cereal and has a lemon, is going, "Oh, Life ends your lemons," doing those bad. Like, who's the bad costume person?
I feel like it could be Kyle Higashioka. I
Yeah, I
feel
was kind of leaning that way too.
I feel like I don't know why he feels like he would be lazy. Um, and I feel like DJ LeMahieu wouldn't even bother. I don't even think he'd be lazy. I think he would just stand there like, I'm not sure if he's married and has kids, but if he did, he would just stand there with like a t-shirt and jeans on, walking around while his wife and his kids are wearing costumes.
Sure.
I don't know. I get that vibe from DJ.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with Higgy. Like, I think it's just his nonchalant attitude about everything. Like,
Mm,
nothing phases him, which is a good thing when it comes to baseball. Like, he's just like calm and cool at all times.
yes.
But yeah, I could totally see like, oh no, I just thought I'd come out and hang out with you guys. Like, that's the vibe. But on the other side, Stace, like, who do you think is the Halloween guy? Who's the dude that is just like, there seems to be a lot of that. And you know what's cool is like MLB does post these a lot, and a lot of just sports accounts in general starting to post these like every year, which I love watching, since they have basically unlimited funds, what types of costumes they come up with.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pull the curtain back here for a second. these are my girlfriend's glasses that I'm wearing. I went to Target to buy some glasses, and I'm like, I'm not spending $20 on a pair of glasses. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
no.
doing that. So, yeah, like if money were no object, which is basically what it's like as a Major League Baseball player for a lot of people, who's the guy that's going all out? Like, who do you think is going to be the guy that's showing up in like the $10,000 costume?
I feel like Rizzo. I feel like it's
Oh,
Rizzo. I feel like he would do a group costume with his wife and his dog. Like, I feel like he would do that sort of themed thing. Um, you know, CC Sabathia and his family go all out with their Halloween costumes, and they have for years, where they're spending thousands of dollars on their costumes. And I feel like Rizzo could be one of those people too.
there's like, I have a couple thoughts. I'll start with, in my life, there are like two reasons why I play the lottery. One is so I never have to have a day job ever again and just live off the money. And
Hmm.
the second is so I can ball out on Halloween, just have the best costumes. You mentioned someone that you thought that Rizzo might like do like the group costume type of thing with the animals. I feel like Judge is like perfect for that. Like with his cute dog. Like I found like the small family with Samantha.
2
Like
of them. They
feel like,
have 2 now,
oh, they
Gus
have
and
two.
Penny. Yeah, they have a new
Oh, okay, I only
Gus.
knew about Gus.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like they would do. I feel like I would kind of Samantha would be the leader on that one to try and get the costume out of Aaron. But I felt Glaber. I feel like Glaber would be like the sneaky Halloween guy. I don't know why.
Yeah, Glaber oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. I feel like Glaber would do maybe, like, not a couples as in husband, wife, boyfriend, but, like, a dual costume with his son. Like, I feel like a
Ooh,
mini-me and a
maybe like
like
a
that kind of a
Batman
thing.
Robin or
Y
something in that world, but maybe a
in
little
that
more
vein.
creative.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't know. Glaber's just so like full of life and everything, and I just feel like he would really do that. We wanted to go in the candy direction because like there's a lot of candy in my house right now, Stace. I'm not gonna lie, and like
Ours too.
I keep going back. I keep going back. I need to stop. Uh, but so candy wise, this is the biggest part if you're a kid.
Mhm.
We want to know what kind of like candy givers Yankees players would be. Stacey, who's the guy that everyone's there who covets the big candy bar? Who is showing up to get the big king size Hershey's, king size Twix, the Snickers? Like, who's getting the full size?
I feel like it'd be Rizzo again. Why do I feel like Rizzo is just the type of guy who really likes Halloween. I feel like he'd be really cool with the kids and not be one of the houses that you wouldn't want to go to, or that every year you'd be like, "Oh yeah, they gave me this last year," and you'd be afraid of what they were gonna give you.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, you know what? Maybe he's not a Yankee anymore. Sean Casey.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Sean Casey's handing out oh, come on, let me see your costume. Let me see your costume. Like he's all the energy. Oh, you guys look great. You look here, take a king size. I feel
Yeah.
like that's Sean Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
But who on the other side, the flip side, like the worst possible side? You're showing up the house, you're ringing the bell, there's one light on, there's nothing in the front yard, and and they open the door and oh, sorry guys, we ain't got no candy. Here, take an apple, take some pretzels. Like, who's that guy on the team?
It might be LeMahieu again.
No, not DJ. You keep hitting that DJ
I
today.
know. Unless his wife forces him to do something
Sure.
better. Yeah, I think, if he were, like, a single dude, maybe. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of who else could be like that, because I feel like a bunch of the Yankees would probably be really cool handing out candy. I
Yeah,
don't
because
feel like
they
a
all
lot
have
of them would.
pretty good vibes.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like th or because my mom sometimes does both, where she gets candy and pretzels, and she gives them both out to the kids, and the kids are, like, very
You
excited about
gotta do
both.
both. You can't
Yeah,
just hand pretzels out. That's weak. Can't go
yeah,
to
no, she
Costco and
does
just get
both.
pretzels.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And our last one, Stace, I feel like I have the perfect one.
Mm.
Which Yankee would deck out their house as a haunted house? Full-fledged, no holds bar, smoke, screams, the whole thing with candy at the end. And I think I have the perfect answer.
Okay.
Oswaldo Cabrera. I feel like Oswaldo would full-fledged lean into this thing. But then when like the kid starts crying, he's like, "Oh, come here. It's okay. Come on. I'll get you through the house. Come on. Here, go get some candy." And it's just a big old pile of candy. Like that's Oswaldo. Like he is so like game for everything. I feel like Oswaldo's the perfect guy for that.
Did you have any neighborhood houses that set up haunted houses in their house? Because
Oh
we did.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle used to do that. His house was one of them. I would help out. My family would help out with that one. He lived in LA, so we go out to LA and do the whole thing. Yeah. No, I love that stuff.
Yeah, our neighbors turned their utility room because they had a basement and half of it was utility room, and you had to, like, go through this maze of stuff and go through, like, a small child's slide, and, I mean, this is the '80s, and you had to, like, reach into things, and they had spaghetti as worms and other things, and you had to, like,
Yeah.
go through it and stuff, and it was actually really fun.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
it. Let us know how you're thinking of our superlatives. So which ones would you pick? Tell us in the comment section. Of course, you can reply to that pinned comment as well. Just submit a Fan Mail Friday question, but we want to hear what your superlatives are about candy, about costumes, about haunted houses, all that stuff. All right. That's enough Halloween talk. Happy Halloween, everybody. We're going to step aside. We come back. World Series Game 3. We need to talk about that next. Back here on Locked On Yankees, Stacey, Game 3, World Series, final 3-1 Texas. There was some stuff in this one. Okay, I can't do this. It was a dud. Game 3 was a dud.
Yeah, it was disappointing. It was
Yeah.
disappointing. Although I'm not disappointed that my first prediction of the every other game thing has continued, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of like wah wah.
Yeah, that was one of the worst, the worser games of the postseason so far, especially
Yeah.
for it to happen in the World Series. And look, I know there were some performances, but you know, Adolis Garcia threw a guy out at home. That kind of tipped the scales a little bit. He also got hurt in that game. Max Scherzer pitched well and then got hurt. So, like, I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious where Texas is at this point now. Yes, they came out with the win and lead the series 2-1, but like with the injuries now, especially to Garcia, like if he's done, are the Rangers done?
Yeah, that's oof. I mean, they're happy with the win, but they're definitely in the back of their minds like, "Oh god, like this could be
Yeah, how bad is it?
really bad." But then again, I don't know, Corey Seager could put the team on his back and,
Which
I mean,
he's done.
he did it, offensively, he did it defensively, that was a big double play.
Huge.
Game-changing double play, could have been a complete disaster, and, because of who was pitching, it easily could have been a big disaster, and, yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's" you know, we all know. We've watched baseball for so many years, and you just know when a play is the one that kinda ends the other team's real chance of doing anything in the game, and that felt like it right there.
Level with me, Stace.
Yeah.
You thought Chapman was gonna blow it.
Oh, yeah.
I know you did.
I did. I was like, "Oh god, he's gonna tie they're gonna tie this up." And then I thought, "Well, at least that'll make the game more exciting," but yeah, again, Corey
Yeah.
Seager.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have the stuff.
Mm-mm.
Corbin Carroll got fooled. I wasn't thinking slider there either. The whole
No.
time I was like, he's coming at him with heat the whole at bat. And then I can't believe he got a slider there. Fooled everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really the game right there. That was it. That was the chance.
Yeah.
Again, a bit of a dud. A bit of
Yeah.
a dud.
I know
But
that
again, where
oh, sorry. Keep going.
I was gonna go to the next point if you had one more point to make.
Just, like, maybe the bottom of the ninth, you're thinking, "Okay, down 2, you might have a chance to do something. Leclerc could be pitching his arm off this postseason, and maybe you could get something done against him," and then the home plate umpire
Yeah. Yeah. Some calls
decided
there.
to, make some calls that were like I even have Texas fans who were like, thanks. Thank you
Yeah.
for that."
No kidding. So where's Texas at now? So game 4, I don't know how good this fourth game is going to be here. It's a bullpen game for both sides. That's worked out for the Diamondbacks of 4 here in this postseason run.
Yeah.
But I mean, they
Texas.
were anticipating John Gray going, and of course he had to come in because Scherzer got hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like Arizona's offense is just begging to wake up here after that one.
And yeah, and this is the time for them to do it. No offense to Texas, but they know their bullpen and they know the issues they have with it. And this is a golden opportunity for Arizona. And if they don't take advantage of this,
It's over.
Hmm.
Even with their magical run, even with how the Diamondbacks have been playing, yeah, they this is a must win,
Yeah,
right?
this
It
is a,
feels like
yeah,
must win
it feels like it. Yep.
because you got to take, like you said, you got to take advantage here. You have to take advantage. You have to respond. You have to come back. And the way the offense performed last night for the Diamondbacks, like that just can't happen.
Mm-mm.
Because like let's think in reality what a Rangers bullpen day looks like. Two of those guys went in Max Scherzer and John Gray. They just had a bullpen day. Like, let's be
Mhm.
real. That was game 3 was a bullpen day.
Yeah.
Game 4 has to be a bullpen day. So I don't know. I'm not liking the Rangers' chances here.
Mm-mm.
Unless they can really spin some magic. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't know. Because
Yeah.
now, yeah. The D-backs just don't seem like a team that's going to roll over here at this point. They haven't done that at all this postseason. I
Right.
can't foresee that happening for game 4.
Yeah. No, I don't see that either. But in case it does, in case it's some sort of game where, or maybe it's like an offensive game where both offenses go a little crazy and Texas just happens to pull it out. I don't know. It feels kind of demoralizing it would feel kind of demoralizing for the D-backs because they were on such a run, and to have back-to-back games like that would be
I
not
mean, they
great.
did lose the first 2 games of the NLCS, and it didn't matter.
That's true. That
But I
is
get what
true.
you're saying. Like I'm leaning in that direction too. Of it feels slugfest is coming, right? It feels like that's coming here.
Yeah, it might be a repeat. Well, sort of game one, but God, it could be really ugly. Like for the pitchers on both sides. Offense
Yeah,
might be thrilled. They might be, woo, we're breaking out here, but the
yeah.
pitchers might be.
All I know is Chase Field is begging for something to happen, especially after that, and they deserve a big game. And hey, look, D-backs lost game 1, won game 2. They lose game 3. We'll see if they come back and win game 4. Let us know what you're thinking about World Series game 3. I'm sure you're probably in the same camp here. Kind of a dud. But let us know how you're feeling about game 4, the chances for the D-backs here tonight. And of course, if you haven't told us already, who are you rooting for? Let us know in the comment section, just like everything else we asked for here today on our Halloween spooktacular. Of course, Stacey, we didn't get to it today, but tomorrow, Aaron Judge wins the Roberto Clemente Award. We're going to talk about that on tomorrow's episode, so make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club, where you can get Fan Mail Friday priority and, of course, a bunch of other really cool perks. The episode description has all the stuff here on this episode. All right, that's going to do it for today's Locked On Yankees. I'm Steve Granado.
And I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. We'll see you tomorrow.